Here are my thoughts on the seventh Doctor's era of Doctor Who. I'm mixed on it. The first episode, Time and the Ronnie, felt like it was made on low time and low budget and was boring. And then Paradise Towers, everyone spoke like a stupid child and it was painful. They said things like unlive. Then there was the next episode. It was Delta and the Bannerman. It was about the Doctor trying to save some like alien baby or something, and it was in like the 50s. It wasn't good. Like, it was a princess. It wasn't good because it ignored all the stuff from the 50s and just treated it like it had really good rock and roll. Dragonfire introduced Ace. It was, instead of being bad and totally confused, it was just a little okay. The Happiness Patrol, I liked it. It twisted that stupid kitty crap tone, which already wasn't even done well because it killed off. Because in the like 50s one called Delta and the Bannerman, there were these like childish people in the episode that got killed off, which I couldn't even get into the stupid childishness of the tone because it kept killing off those characters with terrible death scenes. The Happiness Patrol makes the overly happy shit the villain, and it actually works. Oh, then there was Remembrance of the Daleks. It set the show back on track. It was super good. It had the destruction of Skaro. I liked it a lot. Then there was Happiness Patrol, but I've already discussed it. I'd say I liked it. Silver Nemesis is an unfocused mess where neo-Nazis, the Cybermen, and some wizard are after, like, some Time Lord weapon, like in Remembrance of the Daleks. I'm not a fan. I didn't like it. Greatest show in the galaxy? It had evil clowns, a cringy rap. The last time the Doctor was imprisoned. It was just okay at best. It had good parts and it had bad parts. The ending was kind of surreal. Now we're into that final season. Battlefield involved the Doctor battling another wizard, another evil wizard, basically. I liked it a lot more than Silver Nemesis, but it had a new, like, unit director who never appears again. Then there was a Roadshow crossover on the bonus features. It was mediocre. There's not much I can say on it. It kind of sucked. Ghostlight was a bit confusing. I watched the work print version. It was just okay. The Curse of Fenric was an amazing finale to the show, except the Doctor didn't regenerate. And there's a whole lot more left for me to go through. I liked I liked how it utilized vampires. And the final villain was super good. On to Survival. It was okay. I didn't hate it. Just no regeneration. Why? The ending speech was good, though. Okay. On to the Wilderness Years, which begins with the Doctor's third encounter with the Black Guardian in a comic called Time and Time Again. It was just bad and just a bunch of stupid callbacks. I wouldn't recommend it. The Virgin New and Missing Adventures. They're built by horny teens trying to be adult. And it'll case some real messed up stuff, I think. But there are good stories in them. I would not recommend them from what I've heard about them in the documentary I watched on the wilderness years. There was a bunch of weird VHS documentaries and reaction videos by like the cast and crew. I didn't like them either. And they made the documentary, and the documentaries were made because they couldn't make the show. Apparently, there was also really stupid crap like cruise ship films and other stuff where they just got the actors on a cruise ship and filmed them doing stuff. I don't know. It technically counts. I'm not watching like Cancellation Earth or Earth 8 or whatever the fuck that like fan thing was where they got the actors involved. Because it's not Doctor Who. It's like some thing where they miraculously got like 5 of the actors or something. And these bootlegs were by Real Time and BBV. I watched one of them. It was called Downtime. It was the best one. It was It was a good glimpse into what the show could have been in the 90s. But honestly, it's not good. I enjoyed it as more a what if hypothetical, but not as an actual episode. Where is the doctor at? They made some audio stories before Big Finish. They just sounded meh. Destiny of the Doctor, the audio story from Big Finish, not memorable from what I've heard. Then there was a terrible, like, video game with the same name that was a Doom ripoff, and go play Doom instead. The Bill Bags episodes that are all bootlegs are illegal. Well, no, they are illegal, not unillegal. The Stranger is one of his bootlegs. It's terrible and wants to get the actors naked. And devolves into random nonsense later on that has nothing to do with the Doctor. The Foot Doctor. Another knockoff he made. Again, I'm not watching it. It's just an actual Doctor Who knockoff. Where they didn't even try to hide it. Same with The Stranger. Then Bill decided, I'm gonna make illegal shit. So he made bootleg knockoff Doctor Who audio stories starring the Professor and Ace. A clear knockoff of the Seventh Doctor and Ace, who went by the Professor. Then there was Death Comes to Time, the first thing I actually watched for this new era. Wait, what? No. Wait, fuck, no, wrong one. Okay, I'm not there yet, no. The Seventh Doctor audios. They sounded okay. I just don't want to hear any more audio stories. I'm not doing the Eighth Doctor ones. I'm sick of that stuff. I'm not doing the supplemental stuff for the Eighth Doctor either. I'm just doing all of his mainline, watchable stuff. And that's it, even if it's short, because I'm not in the mood. I was going to do it, but the Seventh Doctor stuff was barely doable. Search Out Space was the first episode I watched. It brought the show into the 90s. It was a crossover with some edutainment shit. I hated it. It was painfully boring. Dimensions in Time gave me a headache and I had to lay in bed for 1 hour. I described Downtime already. It was a look into what the show could have been in it. It was a look into what the show should have been like in the 90s if it were to actually exist. It was decent, I'd say. Then there's the webcast, Death Comes to Time. It'll make you want death to come to you instead, because holy shit, there is no animation. It is boring. Roger Vander Weedy can animate better at around the same time. And honestly, just like there was this space asshole man who like conquered planets, a unit destroyed him. Ace got knocked off Jedi training with some Time Lords. I hated it. No worries, the Doctor dies. He's like, fuck this shit, I'm dying too. So he suicide murders the space guy. The space dictator guy. And then that takes us to Lost in the Dark Dimension, where the Doctor is dead. Some people go back in time, and then like this like evil businessman like goes back in time too and stops the Fourth Doctor from dying and wipes his memory. I can't tell if it was actually really good or not. I don't know if it was or wasn't. That's kind of the issue right now. I can't tell if it was good or not. Because it was actually legitimately entertaining. The villain was voice acted like a knockoff of Shredder from the 2000s Ninja Turtles. I appreciated that so much. It was an okay movie, even though the fans had to remake it from the script. But now, I want to watch the terrible Spyro movie like in that style, if possible. Longbarrow, the finale. Clever Derek Films had not released his audiobook at that time. Because I don't want to go through the Eighth Doctor stuff, I'm not going to listen to it. From what I've heard, it's about the Doctor discovering his, like, secret family in some old house, and, like, the house is sentient, and a bunch of weird shit goes on. He has, like, 47 cousins, because apparently we have to, like, beat the 100, we have to, like, fall short of 101 Dalmatians, I guess. The Doctor was revealed to be involved as a figure who created Gallifrey. But then after that, the first 20 minutes of the TV movie, I was not a fan of the tone and style. It kind of sucked. In my opinion, I wouldn't watch that again, honestly. I wouldn't watch. The TV movie was okay, but it was one of the better things on offer in the Wilderness years, despite the inaccuracies. The Seventh Doctor's death was needlessly gory, but then there was no gore after it, so what's the point? It's pointless gore. It'd be like if you saw me sucking on my foot randomly. It'd be shocking and useless. He died in surgery, he got shot by a gang, and I'll discuss the rest of this movie in the Eighth Doctor retrospective this year.